Yeah, you know what time it is? Skol Gang, 365, let's go! Hosted by D-Roy, we run this town. Minneapolis vibe, ain't no backing down. Step in the zone where the energy's live. Skol Gang representing, we ready to thrive. With Colin by my side, we dropping the facts. No cap in our game, you know we never relax. From the north to the south, we spreading the word. Viking news, rumors, everything heard. Got the purple pride, yeah we wear it bold. In the rap game, man, we breaking the mold. Fuck the Bears, fuck the Lions, fuck the Packers too, we keep on rising. Skol Gang is here, yeah we staying true. Get all your Viking news and rumors here first. Crew. Streets of Minneapolis, we making it clear. D-Roy.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
Welcome everybody to Skol Gang 365. I'm your host Darren. Welcome here by Rob. How's it going?
What's up, Darren? Well, we have a blizzard. We got about 7 inches so far. The Hawkeyes won 40-16 yesterday, and the Vikings can't even get more than -1 yards offense in a half of a game. So that's kind of how this shit's been going.
PJ Fleck from Hot Tub Time Machine and the Gophers can beat the Ass Badgers. That's about it.
Yeah. Yeah. That Minnesota won today. Iowa won yesterday. I think did K-State win or did they get beat?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's a good one. I think the K-State even won or whatever. Now it's just a matter of what are we even going to do tomorrow?
I think it's a matter of what you're going to see out of Brosmer, like whether or not because if he does really well, then they hit in some aspect.
Yeah, sorry about that. I have really loud water pipes in the wall behind me if that's making a noise. So I'll just mute my mic when I'm not talking. But I do agree. It's the thing of it is, I feel like, and I said this on the noon show today too, our defense is entirely built to play when the team has a lead. And when we've been playing from behind all year this year, teams are still running all over us. To me, I think it's more important that we stop Seattle's run than just run the ball ourselves. But that's the two priorities. We have to stop their run. Everybody, even Darnold, we have to stop them on third and in short situations and make them punt. And then we have to get those drives. If Max Brosmer has to tuck the ball and run 15 times tomorrow, I don't care. Just convert and keep the drives going and keep our defense off the field. And
then say if he's in the position to make those throws that are past 10 yards, 20 yards, just as long as you're getting it to your guy, that's all that matters to me. I don't want to see you fucking underthrowing people, overthrowing people. We've had to see that all year with McCarthy and Wentz. Just I want to see something different.
Yeah, so what do you think went wrong in the Packers game, other than obviously everything? But what was the biggest things that just put us in a downward spiral, you think? And I do have to step away for 1 second, but I'll be right back.
Me, I think what went wrong was it literally looked like the offensive line gave up on McCarthy. It just felt like they just were fucking moving out of the way. They were like, we've been sticking up for you all season long. We've had your back, and you're not playing like somebody that is appreciative of us having your back. And they let him get his ass beat. Hopefully it's a learning lesson. And I mean, our schedule. I mean, after Seattle, we got Washington at home. Then we're at Dallas. Then we're at the Giants. So I mean, it gets somewhat better. And then we obviously close out with the Lions and the Packers, both games at home. What's going on, JB?
What up, buddy?
Oh, I mean that game us against the Packers, it definitely felt like the offensive line gave up on McCarthy. Like, dude, we've had your back all season long, and you're playing like somebody that doesn't appreciate it. And they let him get his ass beat. That's what I saw.
I figured I'd pop in and say hi, and we kind of did the same thing versus the Packers. We let them beat the shit out of us. We fell behind by 10 points before we
Yeah,
scored.
but I mean, it was mainly one guy on our side getting his ass beat the whole game, and that was McCarthy. I mean,
Yeah,
there was one. I mean, there was one funny. Like, obviously, I'm a Viking fan. I did not like the Packers, but I gotta give it to the Packers. There was one fucking play that I thought was absolutely funny as fuck. Is when they let Parsons go through and he fucking folded McCarthy like a fucking pretzel.
it made him look like a 9 on the bottom of that.
It made him look like a nine.
Rob,
What's
You know
up,
he
Jeremy?
did.
How you doing?
oh, I'm surviving. I'm surviving. I know you
The
saw my Facebook.
the offensive line just was just like, fuck it, we're gonna let the Packers defense do WWE moves on McCarthy.
It was bad. It was so bad.
It's just like getting behind like we did. It made it an uphill battle the entire game. I'm surprised we got it
Yeah.
within 7 points.
Yeah. And it's I'd said before, and we all know, we're still gonna bitch. We all know that
yeah.
this is what you get when you're developing a rookie quarterback. But if it's that bad, maybe I don't agree that we should have just thrown him out there this year. If he was that much of a project, the best thing I can figure is the guy practices really well. And
Yeah.
then with all of his 9 stunts, he gets so far inside of his head. He was out there. Kevin Seifert from ESPN had video. He was out pacing the field, doing his meditation stuff 3 hours before kickoff. And then, sitting there doing his meditation stuff by the goalpost and all that other stuff. You know what? If that's going to lead to -1 yards of offense in the entire second half of a game, let's stop doing that. Let's not be nice. Let's just go rip a cigarette in the fucking hallway and take the logo and go fucking sling the ball. I mean, preferably to the right team. Jesus Christ.
Rob, remember I said this to you. Remember, Jaron knows it. I said it to both of you at the beginning of the season that you guys would regret trading away Darnold and not keeping Danny Dimes. I said that before the season even started.
Yeah, and see, from what I heard, Kevin O'Connell actually he wanted to keep one of the two of them. Obviously,
Thanks, Ron.
It was good. It was going to be on a 1-year contract, so Minnesota would not have had the money to do
your boy Ron.
like 32 million or whatever it was that Seattle gave Darnold. We could not have done that in a 1-year deal, and they didn't want to do a multi-year deal. They were definitely trying to get Danny Dimes, and Danny Dimes like, well, my thing is, it's not even money. I can go start in Indianapolis. And I think Kevin O'Connell did not get his way on either one of those. And we got JJ. Poor Carson Wentz literally got destroyed by this offensive line. I mean, he's on IR for the rest of the year. So here we go into Seattle. We have Max Brosmer. We have Desmond Ritter and who else?
Wolford.
Wolford. Yes.
Oh, you got John Wolford, the guy that was so bad for the Rams when he played against the Packers that they let Goff take over and win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's the game, right? Wasn't that the game where the game before that Goff broke his thumb and they weren't going to let him start, and that he came back in the second half and ended up beating the Packers? Isn't that what happened? Oh, but Goff is awful. He can't win a playoff game. You know, that's what they tell us Lions fans.
I don't think Goff's awful, but I don't know if he's going to win the Super Bowl. Yeah, Ragnow not coming back is probably not what you wanted to hear, I'm sure.
No.
But
No. And you know what? It is what it is.
Yeah, if you haven't had him all year, you probably wouldn't have had, even if he would have been healthy, you probably would have taken at least 2 weeks probably to get into playing shape. So
I think he probably would have played this week anyways, because it would have been good for him to get snaps, because he accidentally would be better than Tristan Colon was versus the Packers.
Probably.
But you know what I'm surprised about, because when you watch this preseason, hey, look at that. We got Ken the Bear fan popping in, even coming to brag.
Hey, what's up, Ron?
Ron.
But anyways. Oh, you got it now too. Awesome. But I've been playing with our new background creator, and I showed Darren the one I did for my Lions one. I did one for the NFL Roundtable Talks, and I loaded it in here.
Looks like I'm going to have to find one with U.S. Bank Stadium.
What do you think of that? Even though, look at that bottom Green Bay one. It makes it look like a Chicago album. I think it's hilarious. And it looks like some meth head did the San Francisco one.
Right?
And it looks like they tried to breed the Texans and Broncos logo together over here.
Yeah.
But it's much better than anything else I've seen for that show. So for now, until I get a better one made, I'm going to keep it.
Do I get my seat as the Vikings general manager, or future Vikings general manager seat? Because I can't possibly do any worse than what Kwesi does in the draft, so I can't possibly lose. So
Hey, I mean, take a quarterback that's a project that only can hand off the ball in the first round.
Well, he said, 29 possible games he could play in, and he's played in 6?
He's only played in 6. I mean, I'm not totally closing the book on him, but I said all along we should have signed Aaron Rodgers for a year. A guy who, and I think part of it, again, goes back to the moves that we made, the moves that the ownership and management make to make us into a team that supposedly is a contender. I mean, we have pieces that you could deem to be championship-worthy pieces, but I don't know. I would have traded 3 first-round picks to get Myles Garrett, then sign Allen and Hargrave and Ryan Kelly. Like, I would have taken all of their money combined and put it forward to get a guy like Myles Garrett. Garrett is one of about 2 or 3 players in the NFL that's worthy of trading multiple first-round picks for.
You know, you guys did get bit pretty hard by the injury bug this season, though, too.
We did. I am not happy at all with how Jonathan Allen and Hargrave has panned out, particularly in the run stopping department. I'm more concerned with this just popped back up on my feed today. When the Vikings drafted in the 3rd round, number 1 or 2 overall, Ty Felton out of Maryland, he has played 18 snaps and has 0 catches. That's a 3rd round pick, guys. When we're doing that kind of stuff, and then we draft J.J. McCarthy, basically top 10 for all intents and purposes and stuff like that, and that's panning out the way it is. Kwesi is the draft is killing us. He's had some good pickups. He's had some bad pickups. Injuries to Van Ginkel have sucked. Jonathan Grenard, 33 and a half, almost sacks. And
that first draft by Kwesi was a disaster. I mean, there's two guys that are left from that draft, and it's not like they were first and second round picks. The two guys that are left are Ty Chandler and Jalen Naylor, and they were both like late round picks. So if you can botch drafting that bad. I mean, I thought Poles was bad, but man, he is not good at drafting at all. He isn't. You hire me, I would have drafted Jordan Davis. I would have drafted Tavondra Sweat. I would have drafted Dalen Walker because we need defensive line help. I would have drafted an offensive lineman. I would have drafted a center higher than the 7th round. Sorry, Michael Juergens, higher than the 7th round.
Right.
So,
well, to your point, Colin, where you said that you would have been in favor of Aaron Rodgers. At the beginning of the season, the reason why everybody was against it is because they thought Kevin O'Connell would be able to work the same magic on J.J. McCarthy as a rookie as he did every other cast-off that we had. And now we're sitting here and people are realizing Justin Jefferson is 100% in his prime. Irosaw is in his prime. Addison is entering his prime. Hawkinson is in his prime or at the end of it. Brian O'Neill is at the end of his prime. Jordan Mason is in his prime. Most of our defense is in their prime or nearing the end of it. This was our year to shoot a shot, and we're sitting here fucking around with 4 wins because J.J. McCarthy cannot play the game of football.
Rob, to be fair, I think Kwesi made a mistake with J.J. I think Jaden Daniels was probably a mistake for Washington.
I want to drink.
And even with Jaden's one good season, the problem is these guys weren't durable in college. What makes these GMs think when they go pick this quarterback who was often injured in college that by some magical form, when they get to the NFL where they get hit harder, it's more violent, blah, 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 that these guys are magically going to be pillars of health and durable. If they're not durable in college, what makes them think they're going to be durable in the NFL?
Well, exactly.
Well, the Aaron Rodgers thing to me, I mean, again, that goes in lockstep with what they did in free agency. Like to me right now, the better Vikings defensive line has Levi Drake Rodriguez and our kid 61.
Redmond.
Not Jalen Redmond. If you have Redmond and Levi Drake Rodriguez, to me, the way your team is looking right now, where you're at 4-6, 4-7, to me, you play those guys and see what they've got. Because going forward, you need to know where you're going to want to focus your draft assets on. And I think the two of them, Redmond has looked good. Hey, Ron, why don't you hop on here? You seem to have a lot to say here. Doesn't seem like you ever want to show your face.
He was just on the open.
Is he too busy having shots of Malort and getting Vienna beef sausage in his ass?
Yeah, you leave that Malort.
Why does he never have a ball sack to come on here on any of the shows? He talks a lot of smack, but he can't deal with it. So it's fun to watch.
So was he talking after the first game or just now?
What's up?
I was gonna say, was he talking after the first game or just now?
Oh, he just talks all the time. He just talks to talk. He doesn't have a ball sack to ever hop on here.
He came on the show Friday.
He trolls all the time.
He's one. Look, they're Bears fans that are already talking Super Bowl, and I get it. I understand why some Bears fans are talking Super Bowl. I get it because every week we're told you can't win, you can't win, you can't win, and 9 of the last 10 games they've won. But no, Ron's a diehard Bears fan. He was on the other day, and when everyone's saying, "Well, hey, the Eagles are going to kill you," Ron's like, "No, we're actually going to beat the wrong. You're wrong."
Oh my God!
Exactly how you guys feel.
We've only called you out 50 times to get on here, Ron. I'm sure you're going to just run your mouth. I'm actually going to give the Bears credit because they actually beat a quality team and you kicked their ass. So I'm actually giving the Bears credit. Now, to be fair, they've got to continue to be considered more legitimate, but that was a very legitimate win at Philly, and you made a very good team look bad. So I'm giving you credit. Where do you want me to go? Like, where do you want me to go?
And you know what? I think you're going to see the Bears play better as we go on. I mean, I trust when Ben says we'll play our best football in December and January. Look at everything else he's been saying has been kind of coming to fruition. So I have trust in what he's saying, and the defense is going to get better as we're getting some injured guys back. The offense has been healthy overall, and it's funny though because my problem with the Bears, I mean, the wind was a factor for passing, and about half of Caleb's missed throws were throwaways. He was quick to throw it away this weekend. I love that, but it makes your completion percentage look like crap. But hey, I'd rather him do that than do something stupid. We haven't put together a game where we've got a lot of pass, a lot of run, like a balanced offense. It's been heavy on one or the other. I mean, we haven't been balanced yet. I can't wait to see that happen. This offense is going to be scary when it's actually together.
I'm curious what you guys are. I'm not sure if I think the Rams are the class of the NFC. I don't think it's any question about that. I think they're the class of the NFC. But who knows? Like, who really knows? So
yeah, they're beatable. There's not a team in the NFC, in the NFL. I don't think the Bears have a chance of beating. They're all winnable games. And look, it's same for the Packers. I think the Packers have a lot of winnable games. There's no one on our schedule now where I go, you know what? Or in the playoffs where I go, you know what? There's no chance in hell. They're all winnable. The Bears have proven they can win any game as long as they can be in and win any game. And honestly, even with as bad as your season's gone, you were in game. They were winnable games. You guys have a bunch of winnable games coming up. You could win 4 out of your next 5 or even go win the next 5. I mean,
I don't want them to. We put ourselves too far into a corner at this point. If you're winning for the sake of winning, like that, I mean, you want to win to make the playoffs, and we're not making the playoffs. So at this point, play the young players, play the guys that you've drafted, and see if they've got anything. So again, that you've got to be. The Vikings have a lot of draft picks in this upcoming draft. Assess what you have on your roster that maybe you haven't played.
Well, a lot of people are saying the Vikings
get them out there, see if they have anything, and they'll have a better idea of who you need to get.
A lot of people are saying the Vikings should tank so that we can get a top 10 draft pick. Well, you really want Kwesi?
We have the 12th pick right now.
I mean,
we have the 12th
pick. No matter what the coaches try to do to tank, players want to put good tape out because if you're a guy and you're thinking I might not be on the Vikings next year, you want good tape to get a job next year. That's always the hard part about this whole tanking equation. Players want tape. They want good tape.
Well, I'm not saying we're going to tank. What I'm saying is that you want to play the player. Like, what you've got in Jonathan Allen. You know what you have in Javon Hargrave. You know what you've got in Ryan Kelly. Like, these are guys that just have not panned out. Like, Kwesi had good luck with free agency last year, maybe kind of out of necessity with Gilmore and Griffin in the secondary, and Grenard and Van Ginkel stayed healthy and played well. So I mean, they thought maybe they could catch the lightning in the bottle 2 years in a row, and it just hasn't panned out the same way as it did last year. I think part of what I thought was kind of a questionable signing was Aaron Jones. I thought, especially when you trade for Jordan Mason, like, to me, Aaron Jones, he's not a bad player, but I felt like you could have drafted somebody like Cam Scadaboo, where we took Ty Felton. Cam Scadaboo was there.
Yeah,
that could have been a place where you could have had a 1-2 of that. I mean, you can find running back there. You got Monogany in like sixth or the 7th round. Like, you can find them anywhere.
But Monongai is the oddball in that case, right? I mean, and when you talk about Aaron Jones, you go, does Aaron Jones make my football team better? Yes, he does. So he's a known quantity that's going to make you better, but Scadaboo is an unknown quantity as a rookie. Rookies are always a 50-50 gamble at best. I mean, the Bears lucked out with Monongai in the 7th round. That's a luck out. I mean, the 7th round, you got a guy who's this good as a running back.
But that's the point. Why would you sign Aaron Jones for $5, $6, $7 million? He's going to be hurt 6 games out of the season when you could draft a guy in the 6th, 7th, and a 5th, 5th, 6th, 7th round that, yeah, you may not know what you've got, but you're spending $400,000 on $400,000. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Thank you, Captain Obvious. If it wasn't for you, we would have never known that the
Hey, Ron, who won that first game? Ron, who won that first game, Ron? Who gave J.J. McCarthy his first win?
It only took him a decade.
Lieutenant Obvious. He's not a captain yet.
Okay. All right, you're not.
So
Go have another old style.
Well, I'm going back to Aaron Jones, though.
You know what? At this rate, he can go back to being a cadet until he learns something. You're supposed to be mentoring these guys, Ken.
Hey,
But going back to Aaron Jones, though, he had 0 goal line touchdowns last year. So it's like, cool, he breaks off the occasional 15, 20-yard catch on a pitch, but he doesn't produce as far as scoring, and that's what wins games. And so at 30 years old, was injured last year, had 0 goal line touchdowns, and fans were like clamoring to have him back. Like Xavier Scott's honestly looked not terrible as an RB3, and I think that we can all agree that Mason's been better than Jones this year.
Yeah, and the thing of it is, when you only run 10 times a game on average, it's kind of hard to do anything with it, and I get it when you're down big time right out the gate on most of these games and you have to pass to try to catch up, or you have to attempt to pass to catch up. It's easy to abandon the running game, but there's so much stuff that you could be doing to involve Aaron Jones. And granted, he was injured for a large stretch of games, but now that he's back, not using him as criminal. Here's the other thing that KOC has been doing, and he just stubbornly won't stop doing it. Drives me nuts. JJ McCarthy is not ready for play action. He can get through his progression if he does a straight drop back, if he's playing out of the pistol, gets it hiked back to him in the shotgun. But when you're doing this play action stuff, turning around, running, especially when our O-line's is beat up as it is, as soon as he turns back around, he's got a guy that's a fraction of a second, an eighth of a second away from just planting his ass into the turf. He's trying to get rid of the ball. He's trying to do too much. Stop doing play action stuff. Slim it down. I don't think there's one fucking Viking receiver all year long that's called a slant. I mean, I've never seen anything quite this bad since Traverse Jackson was a rookie, and even he didn't suck that bad.
Why are we running on 3rd down after you have a great drive of running the ball down on Green Bay? Why are we running on 3rd and short a tush push with TJ Hawkinson running in motion and taking the ball under center? Why are we running that?
I don't.
I mean, you get Jordan Mason to do short yardage stuff. He averages almost 4.5 yards a carry. Why are you having TJ Hawkinson run a tush push with nobody pushing him? Like, why are you trying to be cute when you have a good drive at Green Bay? That makes no sense.
I know why the Vikings season started off bad too, and it wasn't just getting rid of Darnold and Daniel Jones and signing Carson Wentz. It was signing male cheerleaders.
Oh, Jesus.
You know what? I'm going to go with that. It's fucking Blaze and Louie's fault. Fuck them guys.
Only you, JB. Only you.
I'm blaming Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah for our team's failure. He's a terrible general manager, and he needs to be fired. Him and Gregson can go panhandle for change over by the draft camp.
But that's the thing. It's like, why does it all fall on Kwesi? Why not KOC? Why not Flores? Why not the scouting department? Why? Like, it's not like Kwesi is this fucking football genius. He was always an analytics guy. We need scouts and coaches that can actually fucking identify talent and say, like, hey, take this guy. So it's a failure across the board.
Hey, we hear that about polls too. Polls, yeah. We hear that about Bears too.
I think he should have been fired too at that point.
Well, and look at the GM for the Packers. He hasn't hit on a first round pick in 5 years.
That's why he traded them all to get Micah Parsons, which is why I think Crazy should trade them all to get Myles Garrett. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, fuck it, do it.
Tried to trade. Look at
Go for Myles Garrett.
Foles tried to trade off all his first-round picks to get Myles Garrett, and Cleveland said, "Yeah, we don't want to trade Myles Garrett." So, I mean, we tried too. We're like, "We'll give you 3 first-round picks," and they're like, "No, that's okay."
But even still, Dexter Lawrence, we could have got Quentin Williams. Like, there are high-level players that we could give up these picks for that would instantly help this team.
Yeah, you got to get somebody to take the trade.
I'm in on Dexter Lawrence, but I would have rather. I mean, Jeffrey Simmons is another guy that I've said for a couple of years. I've thought that he could be an interior leader of that defensive line as well. Jeffrey Simmons is a beast.
Or even Sauce Gardner. Like, we could have fucking paid that price tag for Sauce Gardner.
I'm not.
Williams.
I don't know.
What? So I think we can all agree that Kwesi is very bad at doing his job. Who would be good at it? That's available.
Me. I'm available right now. Right. All you guys on this show right now. All you guys write a stern letter to the Will family and say this guy Colin Ireland thinks he can do the job better. You can pay him $75,000 a year. He will do it on commission. He wants the talent on the field.
Colin, why would I want the Vikings to be better?
I don't know. I say I'm a pretty good Madden GM.
But let's go back to that though. Why doesn't
better?
Why doesn't all fall on Quincy though? Why not the coaching and scouting departments?
I'll scout.
I'm sorry?
That's no problem.
I'll scout.
I said,
part of Kwesi's problem though is this: like they've been a whiz at managing that cap. I mean, I don't know if he had cap room to do what you wanted to do. That's the other piece of it.
I'll give him that. He's really good at managing.
Rob Brzezinski is the cap guy. He's the guy who's still he's in the organization forever. Brzezinski is the cap guy. But
wasn't Rick Spielman doing a good job for you guys?
No, he was fucking terrible. His last 6 years, he had like maybe 4 players.
Three third round picks, and none of them even made the roster.
$84 million guaranteed to Kirk Cousins is not a great job.
He hit on Jefferson. He hit on Darrisaw. He hit early on Harrison Smith and Kendricks and Barr. But he had about 6 drafts where he produced about 3 or 4 good players. And he was having like 12 pick drafts. It wasn't like last year where we had 5 or 6 picks. Like he whipped on probably close to 70 players over 6 years.
Kwesi's got a higher percentage of whips, though. That's the problem.
Does he? Discount that first draft, does he? Like we're sitting here talking about Ingram Dawkins. We're sitting here talking about Levi Drake Rodriguez. We're sitting here talking about Donovan Jackson, who's played well. Dallas Turner's played well. Jalen Naylor's played well.
The first draft.
Yeah, the first draft was terrible, but again, those were Spielman scouts too.
JB, what's the hit rate for the average GM in the NFL though in the draft? I mean, it can't be that high.
It's 30%.
32%.
What is it?
So if you have
30%,
if you have 12 draft picks, if you hit on 4 of them each year, you're doing your job right.
But he hasn't hit on 4 of them. That's the problem. He's hit on 2 his entire 4 years that he's been there. Will Reichert and Jordan Addison. That's it. That's all he's hit on.
That's wild to say that. Donovan Jackson's been like not fantastic, but he's been really solid when he's been on the field.
Donovan Jackson is to be determined. I'll give Donovan Jackson a little bit more time, and I don't think he's been ineffective because he's been ineffective. I think he's been ineffective because of Ryan's school. We don't have any tackles that are helping, so he has to kind of circumvent what the tackle isn't doing and what the center isn't doing. So
I think Dallas Turner's been solid.
Colin, what you should do is go what I wanted before polls. I wanted to get Louis Riddick, so
yeah,
he would be a stud, but that's just me.
I feel like
me and Woody get along so well with our opinions.
I think he doesn't have an opinion on anything. I don't know what you're talking about.
The combination of me and Woody creating an NFL team would win the Super Bowl every other year
You know what? Today was a good day. Pennsylvania was so fucking quiet, and I loved it.
One of the most disturbing things is our lack.
Here we go with John Dorn.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Winkleman. Oh, jeez. Wow.
What's up, Rob?
I love Winkleman.
Sure. Why not? I mean, it's not really worse than crazy, but I think the most disturbing thing is no matter who the GM has been in the past 15 years, the lack of being able to draft and develop any kind of cornerback since we had Xavier Rhodes. We just have not gotten it done. I mean, is it anybody's fault that bad juju happened with the Kyrie Jackson thing? You know, I just feel like it's been a curse ever since. We have to buy these guys in free agency. None of the guys that we pick work out. I mean, how embarrassing was it that they had to offload Mekhi Blackman that quick?
Right. What's more embarrassing to me was the Gladney over Antoine Winfield Jr. draft. And I know that was the Jefferson draft, but how do you not draft Antoine Winfield Jr., who played at the University of Minnesota, first team All-American 2 years in a row? How do you pass on him? I'm sorry.
Okay, we'll make up for it with Coy Parrish.
How do you pass on Lamar Jackson?
Hey, Rob, I got a question for you, though. This year, re-signing Adam Thielen with all those wide receivers out there, was that a good move?
No.
Not re-signing, trading for Adam Thielen.
Okay, I'm sorry. Well, it's like a reuniting. I'm sorry. Reuniting.
Oh, I wasn't mad at the time, but in hindsight, it was obviously a terrible decision. He's been an absolute fucking bum.
What's up, Cheryl?
Yep.
He's done. Thielen's done. That was a bad. I mean, the only solace is that we actually did get a pick with Thielen at the very. I mean, it wasn't a third, but I think we got like a fifth back for him. But that was a very. What do you call it when you're in the store and you have it was an impulse buy.
It's wild how he can go from leading the Panthers in yards after missing 7 games last year to not even be able to catch a fucking pass.
Yeah.
Oh man,
he's done.
Right, that's classic.
Well, and the thing
maybe we can pay a third round pick for Steve Claypool, though. Maybe we can get Claypool in.
Oh, come on, man.
What's Treadwell up to?
He's actually in Indianapolis.
That's right.
So, how pissed off do you guys think, for real, that Justin Jefferson is about his? Because to this point in time, upcoming to this year, he was on pace to be the best wide receiver in NFL history in many categories, as it looks per game played, blah blah blah, so on and so forth. He's ahead of Moss. He was ahead of Rice and everything.
I think he's pissed off about his touchdowns.
And then Jordan Addison, as well. I mean, first 2 seasons in the NFL, 10 freaking touchdowns each season. How many teams have a wide receiver 2 that does that? You know, not very fucking many. Yeah, I mean, he's a 900-yard guy, but 10 touchdowns every year. You know, I mean, they're so far away for me.
I feel like not moving Addison at the trade deadline is going to burn us, just like we not moving Danielle Hunter a couple of years ago is going to burn us again too. We could have moved Hunter for a second or first round pick a couple of years ago before we let him go. And I think New England or Buffalo may have given us a second or a first round pick for Addison at the draft or at the deadline. I think Buffalo could probably have given us a first for Addison.
I'm still not unconvinced that he won't be gone by the draft.
No, I'm not. I know. I'm just saying. I'm saying now, but I'm saying right now.
Yeah.
At the deadline, I feel like we could have gotten a second or first round pick for Addison.
Yeah.
So do you think the noise coming out, I don't know if it's JJ or his camp or people who say they're his buddy, do you think this noise of JJ wanting out of Minnesota is true?
I think it's absolute bullshit.
No. They've paid him. Like, what? Why would he? I mean, he's already gone through. Let's take a look at what JJ has gone through at quarterback with the Vikings. Kirk Cousins, Josh Dobbs, Nick Mullins twice. J.J. McCarthy, Sam Darnold, Daniel Jones stepped in for a minute. I mean, he's gone through so many quarterbacks while he's Carson Wentz. All these quarterbacks he's gone through, and he's been nothing but a good show. He understands his role as being the leader of the team. And I think that what I think management is going to do, I think they're going to trade for Mac Jones. That's just my thinking, because I think that's the kind of quarterback that KOC wants to work with, is somebody who's got experience, somebody who maybe has been not retread, but like somebody who's maybe looking for that opportunity.
Somebody that can throw the deep ball. I get it.
And the thing of it is we still talk about it even right now in this show, as to where it's like sometimes we do make some good deals and we're able to pick up these picks, this pick, blah blah blah. It's a constant reminder in the back of your head, because we're so trained as fans, and especially as draft nicks, like what me and Colin are, and I know Darren's into it, Matthew's into it big, that is your ultimate goal, is to get a nice haul of draft picks every year. The thing that we got to keep in the front of our head is it's still fucking Kwesi Adolfo-Mensa making these picks. And so are we really
talk about it all day? Yeah.
It's.
I got to get my show ready, guys.
All right.
Oh, JB, I'll be there.
You're coming up next, aren't you? Well, thanks for hanging out for a while.
Yep. Thanks for hanging out, JB.
No, I mean, I think that you lose track of who you have to have your defined leaders on the team and the people you got to stick with. There's no getting around it. You got to have one on the other side of the ball.
I don't believe the JJ talk for a second either. It's just you're seeing, it's clickbait. I get it. You guys know I hate the clickbait, but it's like they've got to do something in Minnesota. I don't know if they need a complete tear. I don't think they need a complete tear down, but like Will Fries didn't work out. A lot of the signings didn't work out. If you fire
Ryan Kelly was another one.
And if you want to say you fire Kwesi, and you bring a new GM, does that set you back a year, 2 years, or no years? I mean, I
don't think it sets us back that far. I think if you get a guy who knows how to build a team, like I think you need to bring in a veteran general manager. I mean, I know Woody brought up Louis Riddick. I think that would be a really interesting move to bring in a guy like that.
How much false cleaning do they do when they come in? Like Foles came in, cleared out the entire roster. The Bears were in a different situation. I get it. But, there's going to be some house clean, which means usually some type of rebuild. Usually
which we just did.
I think part of it's the ownership group of the Vikings too. I think part of this goes on the ownership, because they want to be like relevant. Like they want to have a team. They want to put a team out there that the fans are going to go and spend money to go and see. And I don't necessarily think they have the pay. Like they're willing to spend the money, but the question is whether or not they need to spend it on one guy or spend it on multiple guys. But you need to be able to draft well to compensate for if you sign a big free agent. Like if you, let's say hypothetically you trade for Myles Garrett, you have to have a guy in place that can draft. Because I mean, it's worked before. I mean, if you look at the Rams, they didn't have a lot of picks for a lot of years, and man, did they make the most of the ones that they did have. I mean, some of the guys they drafted were second, third, fourth, fifth rounders that became Pro Bowl players. I mean, you look at Kyron Williams, you look at Lake, the safety, you look at Fisk. You look at some of these guys that they drafted, these were not first round picks that ended up becoming Pro Bowl level players. They've got to figure out a way to find guys like that, and that's where you build your team.
So another issue though, sorry.
You got a point with the mood of the fans. So far this year, I've been to 4 games. Since U.S. Bank Stadium opened in 2016, I think I've seen 3 losses total, and I've already seen 3 just this year. It's a mood. It's a mood. The fans are going to keep going back and everything, but you are going to start seeing a lot of disinterest. It's like, you know what? I've spent my entire freaking life doing this. I'm, like me, I'm almost 50 years old. There's been good seasons. There have been seasons like this where you think the roster's loaded and there's that one guy that just cannot get it done. And it's always the quarterback for Minnesota. And it's like, why am I spending hundreds and thousands of dollars doing this and everything? I'm just going to wait until they get their head out of their ass, because it's probably not going to be this year. I mean, to be honest, watch me. I'll probably be back up there for at least one more. I usually try to make it at least half our home games. Like I said, I made it to 4, but there's definitely a mood going on, and that's why the ownership preached this competitive rebuild thing to try to keep the fans on board from rioting. But since 1961, you haven't won anything. You've lost 4 Super Bowls, more NFC Championship disappointments than I can shake a stick at. People are getting tired. They want them to get this fucking shit right, and it's a clown show right now.
Rob, you should feel like a Bears fan then, bud, too, because I'm in the same predicament, even though we won 40 years ago. You know what I mean?
Well,
we went through
40 years ago.
We went through 50 quarterbacks, feel like since 2020. So it's
right.
I know how you feel, bud.
Oh, here's a good one. Oh, well, I'm sorry, it was already up there. How many Vikings fans don't believe in Brosner? Here's the thing: we don't know what to believe in Brosmer until we actually fucking see something. Do I think the kid can throw it? Yes. Do I think he has a very distinct possibility of having the accuracy of a stormtrooper from the first Star Wars movie? I mean, we're gonna have to watch tomorrow. We're all like, okay, I don't know what's coming. I'm just gonna have a beer and not blink while I'm watching this. I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen.
There's zero expectation. I think that's the thing. There's zero expectation with Brosmer, and I think for him, you're dealing him a good hand because you're an undrafted rookie free agent. You went to the University of Minnesota. People are going to inherently be rooting for you because you played college at the school. So inherently, people are going to be rooting for you. Like, just don't go out there like McCarthy's been doing and overthrow 5-yard outs and don't wide open wide receivers. Just find the right guys.
We like our undrafted free agent rookies because they all become darlings of whatever team they played for. I mean, look in Chicago with Bagent. He's the darling of the Bears. Bears fans love Bagent because he was an undrafted rookie, and he's not bad. He's pretty decent. But he's the darling in Chicago. So, I mean...
Well, Ivan Pace Jr., up until this year, was our undrafted... Yeah, we can say this. We have a nice, rich history of undrafted free agents doing great things. None probably better than John Randall because he made it Hall of Fame. But, and then Ivan Pace Jr. falls off so bad this year as to the point is where he had a soft benching for a game and a half and everything. Only played special teams because they put Eric Wilson out there once Blake Cashman got back. Yes, we're all going to root for Brosmer. A guy that's a Minnesota fan that follows the Minnesota Golden Gophers team or a gal could probably tell me a lot better what to expect out of it. But I don't know.
They're not going to have him do anything though. That's the thing is like, he might throw the ball further than 10 yards twice tomorrow. They're going to have him so fucking handcuffed as to what he's going to actually be able to do. It's going to be a super boring game. But we talked about it earlier. We kind of need that. We need to just run, keep the ball out of Seattle's hands. Brosmer is going to be asked to do next to nothing tomorrow.
So Steve says, I watched his film. He says, I watched his film and he's better than McCarthy. Well, like we said on the morning show, I feel like we should all congratulate ourselves right now for having better second half stats sitting on our couches than McCarthy did against the Packers. That's a pretty low bar.
I mean, the other thing that's Minnesota this year is like, look, he lets Donald go. He goes to the Seahawks, and he's having a great year. The guy who leads the NFL in interceptions or in takeaways came from your practice squad and now plays in Chicago. The guys that you let leave the organization for whatever reason have gone to other organizations, and they're impactful players. And here you guys are going, man, we really need a corner. You had one. He's in Chicago now. We really need a quarterback. You had one. He's in Seattle now. We really need an offensive lineman. Yeah, you let a couple of them go too because you thought Will Fries would be the answer. I mean, I think that's the other equation that gets somewhat
Garrett Bradbury's performance this year on a different team does fucking severely hurt my feelings. I'm not going to lie about
But that's the thing. That falls on the O-line coach because we've lost multiple O-linemen that were fucking trash for years on this team, and they go to a new team, and they're all having good seasons, whereas Fries had a career year last year, and now he's regressed. Our O-line coach is trash.
Bears fans know that, Mr. Sam Mustipher, Jay Leno Jr. Yeah, mm-hmm. We know how good they are on other teams.
Jay Leno Jr.
Next year. Yeah.
But as far as Darnold, the Vikings tried to keep Darnold, but he was only going to be here for 1 more year. We were never going to sign him to a 3-year deal like Seattle did. No. Or we weren't going to bench a 10th overall pick for 4 years. It wasn't going to happen.
And we couldn't pay him $36 million in 1 year.
I agree with you, Matthew, but the problem is, like, okay, you spent the 10th overall pick for him, but you got a guy who's winning and just won you 14 freaking games.
And then what would have done in the playoffs?
The guy who's going to win me 14 games, or a guy who I had been his whole rookie year was on the IR because he couldn't stay healthy, and he had injury issues in college. So
my question for you then is this: the Vikings were number 2 in the NFL last year in takeaways on defense, which helped us win those 14 games. This year, we haven't had a takeaway on defense since week 4. Do you think Darnold is a 14-win quarterback on this Vikings team this year with this defense? Probably not. And then you're stuck with him for 3 years, $100 million.
Yeah, but you know what, though? You're probably not eliminated from the playoffs at this point. You're probably still in the fight.
But that's the thing, is we've been doing that for 20 years, being just a cutesy playoff team that wins just enough to make the playoffs to get fucking embarrassed in the first round. We end up with a pick in the 20s.
Well, unfortunately, guys, we're at the end of our show. I want to thank everybody for coming on tonight. See you back here next Saturday.
Unfortunately.
Central.
Yeah, yo, it's game time, ain't no messing around. Huddle Sports Network, the best in town. From NFL rumors to the latest trends, we got all your sports, just tune in, my friends. Catch us on Roku, Fire Stick, take your pick. Facebook, YouTube, where the action's slick. Daily shows that drop like a bomb. From 10 to 11, it's Ken and Ken, stay calm. Huddle up, catch the vibe, feel the rush. Get your news, get your fills in the clutch. Over 27